everybody. This is Dr. Sarina Shirazi. I am the head of department for business management and social sciences at the Millennium Universal Colleges, where we offer transnational education. One of the very prestigious programs that we have here are with the University of Hertfordshire. University of Hertfordshire Bachelors in Business Administration, as well as the Masters in Business Administration program are going to be launched in September. So before we launch our program, we wanted to have a session with Ms. Leonor De Silva Matos, who is the program lead for the MBA program, as well as the lead for the SEL provision of the UH Baba and MBA program. She also oversees the quality of the worldwide program that is offered by the University of Hertfordshire. Hello, Leonor. It is great to have you online, and I think a lot of our students are going to gain a lot of information by this session. And how have you been? Would you like to say something?
No, thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to talk about this amazing program that we're launching in September. We're very excited to be launching this with TMEC. TMEC has been our partner for several years now, a very successful partner. Our students that are in the undergraduate degree go on to have amazing careers. So we are excited to be able to offer an extra program to support that journey.
Thank you so much for that introduction. So, Leonor, we will start with the MBA program because we're just about to launch it, inshallah, in September, and we're so looking forward to it. We also have our other UH students who will graduate from the bachelor's program to the MBA program. So I wanted to ask you to give a brief introduction of the University of Hertfordshire Business School and its global presence.
So the Hertfordshire Business School is actually part of a modern, very career-focused university, very focused on entrepreneurial business, essentially. It's got a very strong track record as well in applied learning. And we've been delivering international education for decades. And we currently work with global partners in all parts of the world, from Europe, Africa, Asia to the Middle East. So our transnational education model actually brings the UH programs to very local contexts without compromising on quality, and that's what we are very good at.
So what sets you apart from other MBA programs being offered by other transnational
organizations? Yeah. So our MBA is actually designed for working professionals. And why is that? Because it's a flexible program. It is very globally relevant, so very similar to the BABA, the undergraduate program as well. And when I'm saying this is because essentially our curriculum is grounded in real world business challenges. So the students will be working in things that actually make sense to them. And what sets it apart is that it is contextualized delivery. So what that means is that whether you're studying in Pakistan, Singapore, or in the UK, the learning is locally meaningful and it's very globally informed. So you don't get just one side of the story, you get a variety of different perspectives of business. And that's why the MBA program is so unique.
Well, from our experience as well as yours, we've seen that our graduates who go through the undergrad program are very easily placed in different industries. So it is truly a global program. And what are the teaching and assessment methodologies that the MBA is going to use? Because the students are really interested in knowing about that.
So you'll be happy to know that there will be no formal exams. It will be a mix of coursework, live case studies, and also applied projects. And that means that the students will see their assessments as very practical, more than theoretical. And that tends to be an advantage. Why is that? Because students are then expected to apply any theories that they use to the real world, their business problems that they face on a day-to-day basis, especially if they're working, in different sectors, and then obviously draw that into their own professional context. So it's very practical.
And what if we talk about the structure and the academic experience that the students are going to have during this journey? What would you walk us through the core modules that they'll be studying and how they will be facilitating in their future placements?
Sure. So the MBA SDL is usually structured in 3 semesters per academic year. Well, a little bit more actually, because it takes about 18 months to complete. Okay, so it'll be about 4 semesters if I'm not wrong. But the modules are delivered in a sort of like a block delivery. There's modules like human resource management, strategic marketing planning and entrepreneurship, strategic management research. Sorry, I'm just reading the modules because there's quite a few. And operations. Then you also have business analytics, and then financial management and analysis, as well as executive career and professional development. All of these modules are delivered into a block sort of delivery frame. What that means is that students will go through these modules in 6 weeks blocks. So it's very intensive. But what that means is also that they are able to focus on one module at a time rather than 2 or 3, which could be quite time consuming and onerous, especially if they are engaged in full-time work. So on that basis, I can tell you that it offers a wide variety of perspectives in business that covers all different main areas, but also focuses on the individual CPD, so continuous professional development, reflective practice, and hopefully help students plan to the next move in their careers.
And while we know of the virtual learning environment that the UH already offers us, so students have access to StudyNet, and they also have cameras, and they have live sessions with module leaders in the UK, as well as link tutors here. But what kind of other support systems from academic and pastoral point of view does UH give for the MBA program?
So you're absolutely right. We provide students with academic tutors, program leader, that will be me. And also we have local academic staff that will be there to support the students throughout their journey. But also we have extensive digital resources that they can use, most of them accessed through our VLE, which is Canvas. And we also offer well-being support and also study skills workshops. And we have also launched a kind of like a suite of different MBA talks with specialists, and they are delivered around the year as well for the students. So there is a variety of different supports available from the UH side, but then the students will also have obviously the amazing support of TMUC. So that's a combination of 2 very good state-of-the-art support systems that the students will be able to rely on throughout their journey with the MBA SDL.
Yes, and when we talk about these, the virtual learning environments and Canvas and how you function on the, StudyNet, and you have your module leaders in UK and local tutors here in TMUC, of course, a lot of support from TMUC. People often, have that question: is this going to be an online program? Will this be a face-to-face program? Will it be blended learning? So those are the kind of questions that we get from new people who have just decided to join the University of Hertfordshire program. Would you like to say a few words on that?
It's a very good question. So the program is actually delivered in what we call supported distance learning. And that's a fancy word for blended learning, okay? That's essentially what it is. And what this means is that students will have different points of learning that they need to kind of tick. So they will be essentially independent learning. So they will be managing their learning independently, but then they will also have face-to-face sessions in TMUC that is provided to them. In these sessions are really important because they also provide a context of the general contents of the MBA, which is then provided by UH. So essentially, online contents and materials, assessments, and UH will provide that. TMUC will provide a face-to-face contextualization of the contents. They will bring the contents into, the Pakistani reality, and then they will provide as well support to the students in class. And then the students will have basically to do their self-study, which is basically combining those 2 together and draw their own learning as part of that process.
And you as you oversee the quality of education, the quality of delivery all across the world, not just Pakistan, but even South America and other Asian countries and even Africa. How do you ensure that the quality of the delivery at UC is up to the mark, and how do you keep a tab, and how do you know that doing a degree here is at par with having the same degree from the campus at
So,
school?
as you know, I work with all international regulators across the world and our partners to ensure that our programs meet the requirements of their home countries. But also, I work very closely with all different stakeholders to maintain academic standards for our programs. This is very important. It's at the core of everything that we do. So on the UH side, which will be my side, we oversee the assessment design, we oversee the moderation process, we provide the staff training and also curriculum updates. So by having that into our control, that means our quality is comparable to the quality seen in our programs on campus. We follow exactly the same regulations and processes, and therefore I can assure you that our programs are robust as they can be in terms of the quality assurance of them. We also conduct regular quality audits, usually annually, but we also have checkpoints throughout the year, and also student feedback reviews. Those are key for the development of the program as well as we move forward. So all of these things combined together mean that students can be absolutely confident about the way that this program is delivered, and the quality of the program is UH monitored at all times.
So, Leonard, once we have delivered the program with the high quality, outcomes, and students are all geared up for the workplace, how do you see the typical career path that these students take when they graduate from the MBA program?
So a lot of our students, this is a relatively new program. It's been delivered for about 3 years with great success. And I can tell you that our graduates tend to go into more senior leadership roles within 1 to 2 years. And also sometimes in consultancy, entrepreneurship, and even very specific sector management. So, for example, we see students going into healthcare, finance, tech, education even. We have a very wide variety of backgrounds. Students that come into the MBA, they are coming from different backgrounds. They don't come just from business, which also provides an amazing network for any students that join the MBA right now, because then they will have contacts in all of these sectors, but actually also contacts that are global, because all of our students are in different parts of the world.
And because all of these students are in all different parts of the world, and of course, TMUC as the transnational education provider, as being the one of the SDL partners for UH, we do make sure that we monitor where our alumni body goes, and of course their career services. But what in terms of alumni mentoring and career services does how does UH help our graduates? Can you please shed some light on that as well?
So we have a really good career hub that our graduates can join in anytime. As soon as they join the program, they can register into those, and they will get all sorts of information about careers, placements, and all of that. Um, on top of that, we are also expanding alumni engagement globally. This is something that our alumni team is planning to do. Many of our partners, and that includes CMUC as well, offer also localized career support. And obviously, UH alumni networks are usually open to our international graduates. So you're more than welcome as a student to join those.
And how would you, when we get out into the market, how do you rank a graduate from UH? Well will they fare in the UK or international market?
So, even though it's been in the market for about 3 years, the UH MBA SDL is very well regarded, not just because it's recognized by all of the locations where it's delivered through the regulation, the regulators, sorry, but also because it's a very practical MBA and it adapts based on the student's reality, where the student is in their career, but also in which area they are working, and so on. It's very recognized by international job markets because obviously of our presence globally, and obviously also among the employers who appreciate having a flexible, applied, and globally relevant MBA candidate.
And when you talk to your alumni, in the UK, because you have alumni, how do they find their journey transformative? And is there a particular module that they find the most helpful in the industry setting when they get into the real job market? So is there something that they highlight?
Definitely. So I have been in touch with a few of our graduates through LinkedIn, actually, coincidentally. And I can tell you that some of those have gone on to launch a business or even to step into like a board level role at a higher management within their sector. And some of them as well linked to consultancy, which is really good. The feedback usually tends to tell me that the value of that they found from the MBA came from the reflective learning that they've done, and also the real world application to the different concepts of business and how that transferred into their own kind of business context. So all of the combination of these things led to them moving forward into their careers, and the MBA has been essential for them to do so.
And thank you so much, Lena. Now that we know how the essential modules that you teach in the MBA program and how the program is conducted, I would like to ask you a few questions that the students may be interested in. So we will start with the question I would like to ask you: what are the timelines? Because we're going to launch the MBA program in fall of 2025, which is somewhere in September. I would like you to talk about the timelines for the fall 2025 intake.
Sure. So any applications for the MBA SDL need to be submitted through TMUC. Usually TMUC will provide students then with a link for the admissions portal. The students can then register there and ensure they apply. The fall 2025 intake will typically start at the end of September, and the application deadlines tend to close by mid to end of August. Apologies, I do not have the exact date, but I can get the date to TMEC.
But what we need to do is we need to get all students ready in August. So somebody
Absolutely,
who's planning to register for an MBA should make sure that all the prerequisites, everything is done by August.
absolutely,
That's
yeah.
correct.
That would be important. So we do encourage early applications. The earlier students apply, the earlier they will get their replies as well, and then they are able to prepare and plan for the 18 months ahead.
Yes, and what are the entry requirements for the UHMBA?
So typically we expect students to come with a recognized undergraduate degree. This is perfect for any student studying the BABA SDL, for example. They can go straight into the MBA, but any other qualification that is comparable to that is also accepted. At least 2 years of professional work experience, but if there is no work experience, please do still apply, because we consider all applications on a case-by-case basis. So that means non-started applicants should also apply if they wish to complete an MBA. So don't let the 2 year professional work experience put you off. If you want to study an MBA, definitely go for it, apply, and see what happens.
And then there are people who are working on the side and also want to enhance their educational qualifications. I think it is a perfect MBA for those people as well, right?
Absolutely, yeah, agreed.
And thank you so much. You've talked about the program, how the academic experience is, how well placements are done for the alumni, how we help and support them, the admission, and but as the final takeaway, I would like to ask you if you have any advice for the UHMBA fall intake that we will be having in September. and any words of wisdom that you could share with us?
Sure. So I would like to ask any applicants to ask your why. So why are you going for the MBA? What is defining this journey? Think about it, because that is what's going to underpin pretty much everything that you're going to be doing when you join the program. It's a very demanding but incredibly rewarding journey experience. And if you're looking to grow or lead or even make a strategic career shift, like change your career, the MBA SDL will definitely provide you with the structure and the support to get there. So think about your why, where you want to be in about 3 years time, and plan your journey by fitting the MBA into it.
Thank you so much, Leonor. And I'm sure that the MBA, UH that PMUC is about to launch in Pakistan in collaboration with the University of Hertfordshire will definitely be a great program. It will be a great learning experience for people who join. For our Baba graduates, it's going to be something close to their heart because they already know the university procedures and have gained from all of the experience and the education that they've had. So we've also had very good placements in the industry. So I hope that most of the students will be able to make the most of this experience. And I thank you for taking time out today and having this discussion with us. And a
Thank
very
you.
good luck to us and you and PMUC and UH partnership, as well as I hope we ensure that our students have a very good, bright future.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Leonor.